Hey everyone, welcome to another video, and yes, welcome to my third annual Blu-ray Collection video. Yes, every year most people look forward to this. Yes, I have usually annual videos that most people enjoy, which are like my best and worst movies of the year, my most anticipated movies of the year, when I do my annual top 10 movies I like, what everyone else hates, or I hate, what everyone else likes and stuff, and of course my Blu-ray Collection. This is the third time I'm doing it, and everyone loves seeing it. Everyone loves to see what Blu-rays I have in my collection and stuff, and yeah, I like to do this for you guys mostly every November and stuff, and everyone's been asking me, when am I going to do my next Blu-ray collection? Right now, I'm going to be doing it right now for you guys. The Blu-ray collection obviously has grown for the past years and stuff, so each video I do is going to be even longer each time because I have more and more Blu-rays and stuff, and in this video I'm going to try not to talk too much about each Blu-ray because then the video would be like 7 hours long, so I'm going to try my best just to run through them as quick as I can to give you all my Blu-rays because this is going to take a while because my Blu-ray collection is quite big. So let's get to it. And obviously if you guys want to count along, because I have no idea how many Blu-rays I own actually. I've never actually counted. So if you guys have the patience enough, why don't you count all the Blu-rays I own and tell me in the comment section down below, because I'm very curious to know, see how many Blu-rays I own. But yeah, let's quit stalling, shall we? Let's get to the Blu-ray collection. Here is my third annual Blu-ray collection. Let's get to it. Alright, let's start off with the first Blu-ray. That is 3:10 to Yuma. Yes, 3:10 to Yuma is one of my favorite westerns. It's directed by James Mangold. If you would have told me years ago what is my favorite James Mangold movie, I would have told you this, but I changed over the past little bit. Alright. Next is 5 centimeters per second. Really good film. Directed by Makoto Shinkai. It's one of his best films. It was one of my favorite Makoto Shinkais up until last year. Really good film. Alright, next is 10 Cloverfield Lane, a really good sequel to Cloverfield, and yeah, John Goodman, fantastic, spooky, very good claustrophobic thriller. Alright, next is 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later. I always wanted them to make a 28 Months Later, but that never happened, but we got two good movies, a great zombie film, and a great sequel. Yeah, I love both films. Both films are good. Alright, James Franco, 127 Hours. Probably the best performance he gives. I have not seen Disaster Artist, so that might change, but amazing. Danny Boyle's direction and just what he had to do, really gross. Good movie. Alright. One of my favorite romantic comedies, 500 Days of Summer. Yeah, Mark Webb. If you question him as a filmmaker, he knows how to make a good romantic comedy. 500 Days of Summer. Next is a triple collection, a Stanley Kubrick one. 2001 A Space Odyssey, A Clockwork Orange, and The Shining. Here's Johnny. These are considered probably the best Stanley Kubrick films. That is my favorite. 2001 Space Odyssey is my favorite. I love A Clockwork Orange, but it's not a watchable film. Shining, I watch every Halloween season. It's fantastic, but I mostly bought this for 2001 A Space Odyssey. But hey, it's a triple collection. It's Stanley Kubrick. He's amazing. So, Alright, Hugh Grant, About a Boy. I really like this movie. A lot of people haven't seen this movie, and a lot of people probably wouldn't watch it because some people are not Hugh Grant fans, but you know what? You don't need to be a Hugh Grant fan to enjoy this film. This is actually a really good, touching story, a really good comedic story as well, and yeah, I love it. And a very young performance by Nicholas Hoult. Alright. We got Ben Affleck in The Accountant. Yes, really good film. Very underrated. I wouldn't say overlooked, but underrated film of last year. I think critics were a little too harsh on this film. I thought this was a really good film. I liked Ben Affleck. I liked John Berthel in the film. Just a really fun, assassin movie and stuff. And yeah, I thought it was a very good film. And we got the Alfred Hitchcock collection. It has Rebecca, Notorious, and Spellbound. If you can see it right there. Can you guys see it? Yes, that's my Hitchcock collection. It's only got 3 films. Alright. Definitely a great animated Disney film. A classic animated Disney film. Alice in Wonderland. This is just a really weird, trippy film. That's what the Tim Burton film, it failed to capture the magic and just the sheer insanity of Wonderland, but this movie, fantastic. Alright, next is we got Alien and Aliens. I don't have the rest because I don't need the rest. 2 amazing films, though. Alright, you got Almost Famous. Almost Famous, fantastic film. My favorite Cameron Crowe film. This is the extended cut. What do they call it? The bootleg edition, the director's edition, the bootleg cut. And yeah, it just shows you more about the band, and you get to be with them all on tour and stuff. It feels, this is one of the most realistic movies about a band and stuff. And yeah, I love it. Stillwater, fantastic. Alright, next is American Beauty. Probably one of the best Sam Mendes films. Kevin Spacey is fantastic. It's a shame to hear about Kevin Spacey right now. My God, that's disgusting. But still, Kevin Spacey is good in this film, and Ed Bedding is good in this film. It's just a great film. Alright, next we got Anchorman and Anchorman 2, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. I love Anchorman. It's a fantastic film. Will Ferrell is hilarious. The whole crew is hilarious. Anchorman 2 is definitely not as good, but it's not that bad. I don't hate it like most people, but most of Anchorman 1 is the true funny one. True funny film. Alright, next we got Ant-Man. Fantastic film. Next is Apollo 13. Great Ron Howard film. Tom Hanks, Gary Sinise, Kevin Bacon. All fantastic. Ed Harris, all of them are fantastic in this film. Just a great film. Good space movie. Next, we got Argo, Fuck Yourself. Yes, another Ben Affleck film, directed this movie, written by Kirstie Alley. Won Best Picture, very well deserved. I was rooting for Django, but no chance in hell that was going to win Best Picture, but Argo won, and you know what? It deserved it. It was a good movie. Alright, next is my favorite movie of last year, and that is Arrival. Directed by Denis Villeneuve. Denis Villeneuve just impresses me more and more. The more and more movies he makes, he just impresses me, and this is a fantastic film. It's a great sci-fi, intellectual film. I love it. It's absolutely amazing. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's fantastic, and Amy Adams should have been nominated, not Meryl Streep. Anyways, but still, Arrival, fantastic. Alright. Next is The Artist. Some people call this a very Oscar bait film, which it is, but it's still a good film. It's a good silent film. I love silent film. I grew up with silent film. And it was really cool to see a new modern adaptation of a silent film. And yeah, The Artist was a really great film. I really liked it. Some people don't like it, but I like it. Alright, next is actually a legit awful film, and that is The A-Team. The A-Team is not a good movie, and yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. It's not a good movie. Alright, next is The Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron. Both great films. A lot of people did not like Age of Ultron, but I certainly did. Avengers is fantastic. It was actually one of my favorite, it was probably my favorite MCU film up until last year when my actual favorite MCU film. Think about the MCU, it can only change your favorites, but yeah, still, Avengers and Avengers Age of Ultron. Justice League couldn't quite live up to as good as these movies were, but still not bad, but still, I love Avengers Age of Ultron. Gotta have them on Blu-ray. Alright, next is one of my favorite films of this year, and that is Baby Driver. Baby! Edgar Wright, again, proves once again that he's an amazing filmmaker, very stylistic filmmaker. I love the performances in this movie. Ansel Elgort, Jamie Foxx, Kevin Spacey, John Hamm. Everyone's fantastic. The way he blends the music with the action sequences is amazing. Just such a great film. Alright, next is the entire Back to the Future trilogy. 1.21 gigawatts. Just got, any movie collector needs Back to the Future, the whole trilogy and stuff. Man, I love Back to the Future. It's amazing. Alright, next is Barbershop, the next cut. Yeah, this is actually the best Barbershop film, and that's, I guess, saying a lot, but I like the first one. I did not like the second one. I don't have the first one on Blu-ray, but I have this one. This one is actually a legit good movie. What Malcolm Dealey did with this direction, and it's a really funny screenplay. It went back to the simplicity of the barbershop. Just barbers talking in a barbershop. That's all the barbershop is. It's just guys talking in a barbershop, and that's it. And it's funny and enjoyable and very likable. And yeah, Barbershop Next Cut is a really funny movie, and also has a really good story about gangs and violence and stuff. And yeah, I really like this movie. It's really a movie. Alright, next is another Stanley Kubrick film. That's Barry Lyndon. Ryan O'Neal, Barry Lyndon. This is a very big, grand, epic film. The cinematography is absolutely gorgeous. The costumes, the makeup. I absolutely love everything about this movie, especially like the poker scene. Amazing. That's just beautiful filmmaking, and yeah, fantastic film. Alright. Next is some Batman movies. We got Batman 1989, great film. Batman Returns, a great Christmas film. I do watch it every Christmas. And we got Batman Begins and To Be Continued when it comes to Batman. Alright, next is Beautiful Mind and Cinderella Man. Two very good Russell Crowe movies. I like A Beautiful Mind a little more, but Cinderella Man still a great film. Alright, we got Beauty and the Beast. Tale as old as time, tale as old as rhyme. Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, I don't have the live action remake, but I got the better version. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Alright. Next, we got Ben-Hur, the original 1959 Ben-Hur with Charlton Heston. An epic, amazing movie. Again, I don't know why the hell they remade it, but this is an epic film. I know this itself is a remake because there's a silent film in Ben-Hur, which is also a great film, but this movie is absolutely incredible. So good. Beverly Hills Cop, my favorite Eddie Murphy movie ever. It's so funny. We got Big and Mrs. Doubtfire. I love both these movies. I grew up with both these movies. Tom Hanks is hilarious. Robin Williams is hilarious. And they're just amazing films. Alright. Next is Big Hero 6. Ba la 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 la. So good. And you got The Big Short, Adam McKay, and just the way he did it talked about the stock market and which led to the recession and everything. Just a fascinating story. I actually learned a lot about the stock market because of this movie. Very educational, but also very funny. And we got Big Trouble in Little China. John Carpenter. I love John Carpenter, obviously, and love Big Trouble in Little China. Kurt Russell, amazing mullet. Next is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Radical. Oh, yeah. It's so good. Fantastic. Alright, next is a great Canadian horror film, Black Christmas. This film inspired the original Halloween, fun fact, and just a really disturbing, unsettling film, and yeah, it's a good movie. Alright, next is my favorite film of all time. What do you think it is? Blade Runner. Amazing. Can't wait to buy the sequel on Blu-ray, but yeah, Blade Runner, I've gushed about it a bajillion times. Y'all know it, I love it. Alright, next is the Steelbook of the Blues Brothers. Fantastic film. John Landis, what he did with it. It's an amazing adventure, comedy, musical. John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, a bajillion musical cameos. It's just an amazing film, man. Who doesn't love Blues Brothers? I love Blues Brothers. Next is Blue Valentine. Not a romantic comedy. Definitely not a love story, actually. This is actually a tragedy, actually. This is the ending of a relationship, not the actual, blossoming of a relationship. This is a movie that you do not take a first date to go see, or you watch it on your first date, because this will make you never want to date a person ever again. This is a great film, though. The way Derek Conference directed and wrote this film, both Michelle Williams and Ryan Gosling give Oscar-worthy performances in this film. It's just an amazing film, but it's not a romantic movie. People just need to realize that. It's not romantic. Alright, next is Boogie Nights. Motorin. It's Paul Thomas Anderson's my favorite PTA movie. Alright, next is the movie Bound. This is one of the most underrated films out there. This is just a great neo-noir. It's a fantastic Wachowski's movie. And I love this movie. I love Lily Taylor. Is it Jennifer Tilly's Lily Taylor? Jennifer Tilly's fantastic in this movie. I love Corky in this movie. What are their names? Oh my god. Violet and Corky. They're just awesome characters. Probably one of my favorite movie couples in film, and I love it. It's just a great film. It's just basically it's about these two girls who fall in love, and they just want to rip off a mobster, and shit gets a little sour, but still, fantastic film. Alright. This is one of the first Miyamoto Hosoda films I have, and that's Boy and the Beast. I have all of his films, spoilers, except for the Digimon movie, but yeah, Boy and the Beast, I love this movie. If you love Karate Kid, then you'll probably love this movie. Alright, next is a movie that I can really relate to, probably the most out of most movies, and that's Boyhood. Richard Linklater's writing and direction, the way they expanded this movie within 12 years. Did it take them 12 years, 13 years to make this film? It's absolutely amazing. It's just a groundbreaking film. Elmer Coltrane, Ethan Hawke, Patricia Arquette, all fantastic in this movie. Very relatable film. Next is Boys in the Hood. John Singleton just knocked it out of the park with this one. An amazing directorial debut. Just an amazing film. All three of them are fantastic. Ice Cube, Cuba Gooding Jr., Lawrence Chestnut, Lawrence Fishburne. Everyone's amazing. It's such a great film. Next is Bram Stoker's Dracula. Just a good movie. That's all I gotta say. Just a good movie. Next is Sincerely Yours, The Breakfast Club. Don't you forget about me. Forget about me. You all know. Next is Bridesmaids. Very good female comedy. Love it. It's just so funny. Next is Bridge of Spies, a really great Steven Spielberg film. And yeah, Tom Hanks was fantastic. Mark Rylance was really good. He did not deserve to beat Stallone for the Academy Award, but still, very good movie. Very good movie. Next is Bridget Jones's Diary, really awesome romantic comedy. Colin Firth, Renee Zellweger, Hugh Grant, just really funny film. Alright, next is, oh dear, The Bucket List. Nothing to say about that. Next is Burn After Reading, a great Coen Brothers comedy. I love it. This is a very underrated Coen Brothers film. A lot of people don't have it in their top 10 lists. I definitely do. I think it's just so freaking funny. I think Brad Pitt is so funny. So great. Frances McDormand, George Clooney, John Malkovich, all hilarious. Just a great ensemble cast. And just a really funny, dark comedy. Alright, next is Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, one of the best westerns out there. Paul Newman, Robert Redford. Next is Cabin in the Woods, definitely one of my favorite horror films. It's a really fun film. And next we got, we got all the Captain America movies. We got First Avenger, we got Winter Soldier, and we got Civil War, which is my favorite MCU film so far. Alright, next is Captain Phillips. Fantastic movie. Picard Update stole this film. Paul Greengrass's direction. Again, this movie is just an emotional, impactful of a film. And yeah, that ending with Tom Hanks, probably the best performance I've ever seen Tom Hanks give. I actually thought he had trauma at the ending because that's just great acting. But yeah, fantastic film. Next is Castaway, another Tom Hanks film. Good movie. Next is, oh my god, classic. Charlie Brown on Christmas. I watch this every Christmas. It's Charlie Brown. I grew up with Peanuts, the cartoon, and I just love Charlie Brown, and yeah, I watch this every Christmas. It's just amazing. Alright, next is Chef. This was actually given to me by the Schmoes, because I wanted when they were doing their podcasts and stuff, and yeah, I love this movie. This is just a great, simple, delightful, feel-good comedy about food. It'll make you starving after the movie's done, but love it. Just so good. Alright, next is Children of Men. Amazing film. Alfonso Cuarón, amazing. Just a very spooky movie because this could happen in our future. Alright, next is Chinatown. Forget about Jake. It's Chinatown. Alright. Chocolat, very good film, very delightful film. Just a very simple story about a woman opening up her own chocolate store, but then this town's against chocolate and stuff. How can you ever be against chocolate? It's chocolate. So good. Alright, next is, I got some Christmas carols. I got A Christmas Carol. This is the George C. Scott version. This is the best adaptation of A Christmas Carol I've seen. This is a perfect adaptation of A Christmas Carol. I love this movie. But I also have the Jim Carrey one. The Jim Carrey one, the Robert Zemeckis one, still a good film as well, but this is my favorite adaptation. Alright, next is The Cider House Rules. Really good movie. Next is Cinderella. This is the live-action remake. I actually like it better than the animated version because it fixed all the problems of the animated version. So yeah, I like that movie. Next is the greatest film of all time, according to a lot of people, Citizen Kane. You gotta have this. If you're a true Blu-ray collector, you gotta have the greatest film of all time, Citizen Kane. Next is Cleopatra, a very epic film, a really good movie. I love Elizabeth Taylor in this film. Just the whole sheer scope and size of this film is really good. It's a long movie though, but it's still good. Alright. Clerks and Clerks 2. I love Kevin Smith, so of course I gotta have those. Next is Close Encounters of the Third Kind, directed by my favorite Spielberg. My favorite director, Steven Spielberg. Yeah, I'm very tired right now, as you can tell, but yeah, Close Encounters, I love it. Alright, next is Clue, Shake, Rattle, and Roll. I love this movie. I love the board game growing up, and this movie just shows you can actually make a board game into a movie. I never thought that could happen, but yeah, Tim Curry. I love Tim Curry in this film, but yeah, I love Clue. I love Clue. Next is one of my favorite films of this year, and that is Colossal. I love this Blu-ray. Look at this Blu-ray. Woo, 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 woo. She's monster, now she died. She's monster, now she died. I love this movie. I thought this was so great. I loved Anne Hathaway and Jason Sudeikis' performances, and just such a unique and such an original film, and yeah, I loved Colossal. Alright, next is Color of Money, Off With Their Heads. Such a good film. Alright, next is Commando. Let off some steam, Bennett. So good. Next is Coraline, an amazing stop-motion animated film. Such a good film. Alright, next is Coriolanus, one of my favorite Shakespeare movies. Not my all-time favorite. It's not like a Kenneth Branagh adaptation, but still, very good film. Alright, next is actually my favorite anime of all time. That's Cowboy Bebop, the whole series. Got the whole series right here on Blu-ray. Love it. Next is a amazing Ryan Gosling film, Steve Carell film, great romantic comedy, Crazy Stupid Love. Love this film. I love it. So funny. Next is Creed. Yes, Adonis Creed. Michael B. Jordan, fantastic. Stallone should have won the Academy Award. What Ryan Coogler did with this film. I never thought they could make another Rocky film, but turns out they could. It's so good. Alright, next is Creep Show. Such a great film. A really good anthology story. I love it. So funny. It's funny, it's creepy, it's edgy, it's so good. Next is a very underrated Guillermo del Toro film. That's Crimson Peak. A lot of people didn't like this movie. I really enjoyed it. It was a good gothic romance. I loved it. Alright, next is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Such a good film. Ang Lee, amazing. Next is The Crow. Do not make another sequel or a remake to this film. We had sequels to it. They all were garbage. This is a movie that can only be made once. It's like Ghostbusters. You can only do it once. And yeah, The Crow is such a great film. Alright, next is Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Definitely not the stronger of David Fincher's films, but still a very good film. Alright. Next is The Dark Crystal. Really great film. I love puppets, so of course. Alright, next is... Oh, I got more. Alright, next is The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. Why so serious? Alright, next is a Steelbook. Another Steelbook of Das Boot. Das Boot, a fantastic German submarine film directed by Wolfgang Petersen. Amazing film. Definitely, it feels like you're in the submarine with all these characters. Just a very brutal, realistic film. Gotta have it. Alright, next is Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. And yeah, I love it. Caesar! Alright, next is Dazed and Confused. Alright. Next is Dead Poets Society. Rob Williams. Gotta love him. And we got Deadpool. That trailer, that Deadpool 2 teaser with Bob Ross. My God, I'm excited. But yeah, Deadpool, loved it. Alright, so let's pick these up. You got Death Proof. Definitely the weakest Tarantino film, but still a good movie. Because it's Tarantino. Alright, well, yeah, we got them all. We got all the Die Hards. We got Die Hard. We got Die Hard 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance, and Live Free, Die Hard. Just all amazing films. Oh, I put them in order. Alright, let's get it. And we got Dirty Harry and Magnum Force. This is definitely the two better films out of the Dirty Harry franchise. I don't want the rest of them because they're just kind of generic films, but I love Dirty Harry and I love Magnum Force. Both good films. Alright, next is Django, another Tarantino film. Fantastic. Next is Donnie Brasco. Amazing performances. I love Johnny Depp as Donnie Brasco. Al Pacino as Lefty. Fantastic. Next is actually a pretty underrated sports film. That's Draft Day. I've talked about this movie a few times. A lot of people didn't watch this movie. A lot of people didn't care for this movie. Honestly, I really, really enjoyed it, actually. Kim Costner was really good. And, of course, you all know my uncompleted series of Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, I got Season 1. Still got Season... Well, these aren't in order. Season 1, Season 2, and Season 6. The Cell Game's my favorite season. Yeah, I'll eventually get to it, but yeah, I haven't completed those yet. Alright, Drive. One of my favorite Ryan Gosling films. Again, last year... not last year. This year, now, I have a new favorite Ryan Gosling film, but this was always my favorite. So good. Alright, we got Tom Hardy, James Gandolfini, The Drop. And we got Steelbook, another Steelbook. We got Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Quite the title. Stanley Kubrick, one of my favorite Kubrick films, one of my favorite dark comedies. I love this Steelbook. Great Steelbook. Alright, next is we got Steven Spielberg's first film. That's Duel. Great film. We got The East, very underrated film. It's like a sort of like a cult kind of movie. Yeah, it's an interesting, fascinating story. We got Eastern Promises, amazing film, amazing. We got Eddie the Eagle, love Eddie the Eagle, Hugh Jackman, Taron Egerton, both so good in that film. We got Edge of 17. Edge of 17, great movie, amazing coming-of-age story. Love Woody Harrelson in this movie, one of my favorite teachers in film. Haley Steinfeld, amazing performance. Alright, next is Live, Die, Repeat. It's Edge of Tomorrow. It's called Edge of Tomorrow, so I'm calling it Edge of Tomorrow. So. And next we got Edward Scissorhands. Edward Scissorhands, Tim Burton, Johnny Depp, great performance. Love that film. Love this film. So good. And we got Election. Very, very bleak, very dark comedy. Matthew Broderick, Reese Witherspoon, both so good in this film. It's a dark film, but I really love it. Alright, definitely a film I watch every Christmas. Elf. Will Ferrell, Elf. It's such a delightful film. So delightful. Alright, we got Elysium next. Neil Blomkamp. This is definitely one of my favorite Neil Blomkamp films. It's a very underrated film. I really enjoy it. I hated Chappie, but Elysium was really good. Alright. Next is another very underrated film, Ender's Game. Not enough people saw it, now we're not going to get sequels. I thought this was a really great film with a really great twist ending. Really solid performances, too. I thought it was a really good film. Alright, next is The End of the Tour. End of the Tour, I love this movie. I'm trying to talk now. This is a great film. Jason Segel probably should have gotten nominated for supporting actor. He's fantastic. Jesse Eisenberg's amazing. James Poundsalt's direction's fantastic. I even like this more than The Spectacular Now. This was one of my favorite films of 2015. I think this is an excellent, excellent film. So good. Alright, Enemy of the State. Great Tony Scott film. Next is, we got Enough Said. A great adult romantic comedy. This is not like a typical romantic comedy. This is a very mature comedy. So yeah, really good. Alright, next. We got Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. My favorite Jim Carrey movie. Just one of my favorite films ever. It's just such a great film. Next is Ever After. This is the best Cinderella story you'll ever watch. If you want to watch a perfect story about Cinderella, watch Ever After. It's the best. Alright, so we got the whole franchise, so pull them all out. There we go. We got the Evil Dead trilogy. Yes, we got Evil Dead. We got Evil Dead 2, and we got Army of Darkness. We got the whole thing. Love them all. Ash. Groovy. Alright, next we got Ex Machina. Fantastic. I can't wait for Alex Garland's new movie. That looks like a trippy film. Next is Eyes Wide Shut. This is probably my second favorite Stanley Kubrick film. I love this film. It's so amazing. Alright, we got another Steelbook. We got Face Off. I want to check his face. It's coming up. Ooh, wee, you good looking. I love this Steelbook. John Travolta, Nicolas Cage, John Woo, three very over-the-top people in a movie together. You get nothing but awesomeness in this film. Just amazing. Alright, next is You Betcha the Fargo. Fargo. Oh, Margie, eh? Such a great film. Amazing Coen Brothers film. I love Fargo. Alright, next is You Got the Beat. Fast Times at Richmond High. Jeff Spicoli, man. Such a great film. I love this film. I love these characters. I'm gonna kick 100% of your ass. Such a great film. Sean Penn, fantastic. Judge Reinhold, I love him. Jeffrey Jason Leigh. Alright, we got Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Love it. John Hughes, fantastic. Next is The Fifth Element. Multipass. Fifth Element. Next, we got Finding Neverland. Johnny Depp, Kate Winslet. It's about the story of how Peter Pan was created. Very interesting. Very interesting. Alright. My favorite TV show of all time. Firefly. You Can't Take the Sky from Me. So good. Alright. Run, Forrest. Run, Forrest. Next is Four Weddings and a Funeral. Love this movie. Great British romantic comedy. So great. Alright, next is a Tim Burton film, Frankenweenie. Great film, great animated movie. Trying to run through these as quick because I'm not even close to done. Frighteners, Peter Jackson film, Michael J. Fox, fantastic film. Alright, next is Fright Night, the remake. Yes, I always want to buy the original, but the original Fright Night is actually one of the rarest Blu-rays to buy, and it costs a lot. But I thought this was a really good remake. Anton Yelchin, David Tennant, Colin Farrell, fantastic. Such a good movie. Next is From Here to Eternity, an amazing classic romantic film. Burt Lancaster is fantastic in this film. Donna Reed, I love her performance. Frank Sinatra, great film. Just an all-around amazing film. Next is The Fugitive. I didn't kill my wife. I don't care. So good. Alright, next is Full Metal Jacket, another Kubrick film. Really good film. Alright, next is The Full Monty. Such a good movie. Next is Galaxy Quest. Never Give Up. Never Surrender. Such a good film. Next is Garden State. Garden State. Really good romantic comedy. Zach Braff. He actually did a good film. Get It. I loved this movie. I don't know if this will make my top 10 list, but definitely an honorable mention at least. I love this film. I hope at least Jordan Peele gets a screenplay nomination for this. He did a good job with this film. Next is Get Shorty. Really good film. Next is Who You Gonna Call? Ghostbusters. Such a good film. Again, don't make sequels anymore. Alright, The Gift, one of my favorite films of 2015. Such an underrated, very overlooked stalker film. Probably one of the best stalker films ever made. It's the weird, unique spin on it. It's such a good film. Next, oh shit. Alright, next is Gifted. This came out this year, and it was actually a really delightful film. Again, directed by Mark Webb. Chris Evans was so great in this movie. I just thought it was delightful. Alright, another Miyamoto Hosoda film. That is The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. Fantastic film. I absolutely love it. So good. Next is Gladiator and Troy. Are you not entertained? You suck a wine. Alright, pull these all up. Alright, next is Glengarry Glen Ross. So good. Gone Baby Gone. Gone Girl. Gone Girl. Gone with the Wind. Good Will Hunting, one of my favorite films of all time. Gosford Park, one of my favorite Robert Altman films. Grand Budapest Hotel, amazing Wes Anderson film. Gravity, so good. That's when I was doing my E's, I dropped an E, so yeah, Escape from New York. Yeah, totally forgot to share that when I was doing my E's, I dropped it, so yeah, I have Escape from New York, just to let you guys know. Another John Carpenter film. Anyways, let's get to the collection. Here we go, and we got Great Escape, Steve McQueen, amazing. We got Great Mouse Detective. We got Gremlins and Gremlins 2, amazing films. We got Groundhog Day, one of my favorite films of all time, one of my favorite Bill Murray movies, love it. We got Guardians of the Galaxy, and we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I liked Volume 2, even though a lot of people did not. I did though. We got The Guest, Dan Stevens, amazing performance. Probably my favorite Dan Stevens movie. We got Kenneth Branagh's Hamlet, a very long film, but a very good one. And we got another Tarantino movie, Hateful Eight. Hateful Eight, so good. And we got Hellboy, and we got Hellboy 2 Golden Army. Guillermo del Toro's not giving us any more Hellboys, but whatever. I'll get over it. I'll get over it. But Her, fantastic film, amazing, unique sci-fi romance. And History of Violence, David Cronenberg, another David Cronenberg movie. Viggo Mortensen film I own, so good. Alright, The Holiday. I like this movie. Some people don't. I completely understand because it's kind of a cheesy, formulaic film, but I like it. I like it during the Christmas season. Speaking of the Christmas season, Home Alone. I love Home Alone. Just, you gotta have Home Alone. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. And we got Hook. Here's Hook. Here's Hook. Oh, shit. Hitting everything and everything. Yeah. Horrible Bosses. Hate the sequel. Like the first one, though. Next is House of Flying Daggers. Amazing film. Oh, yeah, we got more Christmas movies. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I don't have the Jim Carrey one. I have it on DVD, but I don't have the Blu-ray. Maybe someday. Alright, next we have How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon 2. Cannot wait for the sequel, for the third one. So good. And one of my favorite Scorsese films, Hugo. I love it. Scorsese did a kids movie. He did an amazing job. And we got, just get a whole pile here. Alright, we got Hunger Games. We got Hunger Games Catching Fire. Mockingjay Part 1. Mockingjay Part 2. Just got them all. You gotta have them all. I like the Hunger Games. Some people don't, but I like them all. In Bruges. Another Steelbook. Inception. Boom. Love this steel. One of my favorite Steelbooks. Such a cool Steelbook. And we got the entire Indiana Jones collection. Alright. Infinitely Polar Bear. Great performance by Mark Ruffalo. Alright, Inglourious Basterds, one of my favorite Tarantino films of all time. So good. Inner Space, really good sci-fi comedy. Inside Out, one of my favorite animated films ever. So good. The Intern, really good. I actually liked it. That was a good movie. Interview with a Vampire, Lestat. Alright. In the Heat of the Night, Sidney Poitier, Rod Steiger. And Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Another great film. Aww. And The Iron Giant, again, another one of my favorite anime films of all time. Just absolutely love it. And It Could Happen to You, really good Nicolas Cage movie. He wins the lottery. That's cool. It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World. It's basically what Rat Race did, but this is a classic version, the better version. Jackie Brown, Whip Off 110th Street. Another Tarantino film. And we got Jack Reacher. I love the first one. Did not like the sequel, though. Not a good movie. Gotta have it. And we got, we got John Wick. John Wick. And John Wick Chapter 2. That's funny. We got Julia and Julia. Julia Child. Bon appetit. We got Jurassic Park. Alright, we got Keanu. Really good comedic film that came out last year. I really liked it. Alright, more Blu-rays in my hand. Alright, Kids Are Alright. They are alright. They're not bad. Kiki's Delivery Service. Again, one of my favorite Ghibli films. I love Kiki. Kill Bill Volume 2. Continuing some more Tarantino. We got the original King Kong, 1933. Awesome. We got Kingsman, the Secret Service. We got The King's Speech, another Colin Firth movie. We got Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I lose my voice a bit. We got Kramer versus Kramer. I love this movie. We got Kubo and the Two Strings. We got Old Kung Fu Panda Trilogy. First one, second one, third one. Alright, next is Labyrinth. Amazing. David Bowie. Fantastic. Rest in peace. Next is the Best Picture winner for a whole 10 minutes. La La Land. I was rooting for La La Land to win Best Picture over Moonlight. Moonlight's still a good film, but I love La La Land. Next is Daniel Day-Lewis. Last of the Mohegans. Fantastic. Next is The Last Samurai. Tom Cruise. Such a good film. Next is The Last Starfighter. Amazing film. Amazing. Alright, next is, we got Lego Batman, and Lego Movie. Fantastic. I'm not going to get Ninjago because a little underwhelming, but still, gotta have those Lego films. Alright, next is one of my favorite Steelbooks, Leon the Professional. I love the red Steelbook. Fantastic. Got Natalie Portman, Jean Reno. Fantastic. Love this movie. Next is Liberal Arts. Really overlooked indie film. Really good. Alright, let's grab a bunch here. Ah, shit. Alright, got a bunch here. Here we go. Lights Out. Very underrated film. I really liked it, actually. The more times I watch it, the more times I like it, and I'm trying to keep these stacked. Alright, here we go. Honest Abe Lincoln, Steven Spielberg. Lincoln Lawyer, really good. Little Miss Sunshine and Sideways, both fantastic films. One of my favorite films of the year, and this is my favorite James Mangold film. That's Logan. Love Logan. Where's it going to be on the list? Who knows? You'll have to see. Lone Survivor, Marky Mark. We got Looper. Looper, fantastic film. You see what Rian Johnson does with Star Wars. Lord of War, Nicolas Cage. Jared Leto, great film. Another very overlooked film of this year, The Lost City of Z. Again, I loved this movie when I watched it, and now I've seen this movie 3 times, and it gets better and better the more times I watch it. It's such a good film. There we go. We got the whole Mad Max franchise here. We got Mad Max. We got The Road Warrior, Mad Max 2. We got Beyond Thunderdome with Tina Turner. And we got Fury Road. What a lovely day. Such a good film. We got a very underrated Arnold Schwarzenegger film, Maggie. Really good movie. Great performance by both Arnold Schwarzenegger and Abigail Breslin. Really good film. People need to see it. It's a good film. Alright, got Magnificent Seven. I liked it. Oh, that was good. We got Magnolia, another PTA film. Such a good film. We got... Alright, next is Manchester by the Sea, one of my favorite films of last year. Casey Affleck, amazing performance. Michelle Williams, oof, just a very heartbreaking film. We got The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, really great film. Next is The Man with No Name Trilogy. I call it the Dollars Trilogy. Got them all here. It's a fistful of dollars for a few dollars more, and the good and bad and the ugly. Sergio Leone, what he did with these movies, mesmerizing. Next is The Man with the Iron Fist 2. As you see right here, see this right here, this is a prop from a movie. It's from this movie, actually. This was a gift from the Schmoes Know movie show. This is a garbage-ass turd of a film, but, you know, I keep the Blu-ray because it was a gift, and it has a prop signed by RZA himself, so that's why I keep it. It's garbage, though. Next is The Martian. Love The Martian. Really good. Next is A Spoonful of Sugar. Yes, Mary Poppins, my favorite live-action Disney film of all time. Smokin'! The Mask. Next, Master and Commander, a really great Peter Weir film. Russell Crowe, fantastic. There we go. Memento, Christopher Nolan, his second film. Following was his first. Yeah, Following was Following his first? I think Following was his first. Yeah, Memento, amazing, great backwards film. Such a good movie. My favorite Woody Allen film, Midnight in Paris. I love it. Good time traveling film. My favorite Coen Brothers film, Miller's Crossing. Fantastic. Alright, we got $1 Million Baby. Really depressing boxing film, but still really awesome. We got the original Miracle on 34th Street. I like the Richard Attenborough one, but that one's the best. That's a classic. Got Misery. This is probably my favorite Stephen King adaptation. I love Misery so much. Kathy Bates. Oh, wait, got a few here. We got the Mission Impossible films. Got Mission Impossible. I got Ghost Protocol. And I got Rogue Nation. I do not have the second and third one. I may get them sometime, but I'm in no rush. Got Moana. You're welcome. Got Moneyball. Really good movie. I'm not a big baseball fan, but I love a good baseball movie. That's why I love Field of Dreams and Bull Durham so much. But I love Moneyball. I love that they use mathematics to get baseball players get to home base. It's a fascinating story. You got oh wait, got a few of them. Nope. All right, got the Monty Python films. Got Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I got Monty Python, The Life of Brian, and Monty Python, Meaning of Life. Always look on the bright side of life. Got Moon, really overlooked sci-fi film, Sam Rockwell. Alright. I have more Blu-rays in my hand. My favorite Wes Anderson film of all time, Moonrise Kingdom. I love Moonrise Kingdom. Moonstruck, Cher, really good. This is my favorite John LeClaire adaptation, and as a Most Wanted Man. I think this is the best performance Philip Seymour Hoffman has ever given. He is amazing in that film. Moulin Rouge. I like it. It's guilty pleasure. I like it. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. I love this Blu-ray. I love the look of this Blu-ray. I just dropped a Blu-ray. Thank you. Nice job. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. This is a really good film. Alright, hold on. Let me pick up. Okay. Messed up all my order now. Hold on. Alright, hold on. There we go. Okay. Next is the Muppets Movie. I want to get all the Muppets films on Blu-ray. That's the only one I have so far. My Fair Lady. Fantastic. This is my favorite Audrey Hepburn film. I love it. I love it. My Week with Marilyn. Such a good film. I got Catherine Bigelow's Near Dark. Such a good film. I got The Nice Guys. This was one of my favorite films of last year. So overlooked. So underrated. We're not going to get a sequel. Thanks a lot, everyone. Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlists. I got The Night Before. Really good Christmas movie. Really funny. Got Nightcrawler, The Taxi Driver of Our Generation. I got the entire Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I mostly bought this for the first one, Dream Warriors and Wes Craven's New Nightmare, but occasionally I like to watch all of them, you know, just because. Nightmare Before Christmas, such a good film. No Strings Attached, not that great of a film. Ocean's 11, awesome. Next is Office Space, hilarious Mike Judge film. 1 Hour Photo, a Rob Williams movie, a very disturbing Rob Williams performance. And we got Only Lovers Left Alive, my favorite Jim Jarmusch film. Alright, next is another Guillermo del Toro film, Pacific Rim. There's another Blu-ray like this. Ooh, really cool. Next is Paddington. I'm actually really excited for the sequel. It was really good. Next is another Guillermo del Toro film, Pan's Labyrinth. Pan's Labyrinth, one of my favorite foreign films of all time. Next is my favorite stop-motion anime film of all time, Paranorman. Watch it every Halloween season. It's so good. Next is Patton, one of my favorite classic films. Greatest performance you'll ever see George C. Scott give in a film ever. He's so good. Alright, Paul, really good film, really funny. Simon Pegg. Alright, Peanuts movie. I want to get all the Charlie Brown movies on Blu-ray. I have 2 of them. I still need to get Snoopy Come Home, A Boy Named Charlie Brown, Bon Voyage Charlie Brown, The Great Pumpkin. Need all of them, but I have 2 of them so far. Next is Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. I don't have the rest because I really don't need the rest on Blu-ray. I have them all on DVD, don't need the Blu-rays. Alright, another pile. Place Beyond the Pines, fantastic film. Pleasantville, love it. Watched that in school, actually. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, probably like the only good Thanksgiving film, which is weird. Point Break, I am an FBI agent. Keanu Reeves. Polar Express, really good Christmas film. Predator, Get to the Chopper. Next is Pretty Woman, love Pretty Woman. Princess Bride, one of my favorite films of all time. Prisoners, this was my favorite Denis Villeneuve film, but then a certain movie came out this year. Prometheus, really overlooked, underrated film, I love it. Psycho, not my favorite Hitchcock movie, but my second favorite. Raging Bull, one of my favorite Scorsese films, love it. The Raid Redemption, and The Raid 2. 2 amazing films. Raising Arizona, great Coen Brothers film. Rambo First Blood. I don't have the sequels because I don't care for them. Ransom, probably my favorite Ron Howard film. I love this movie. I love Mel Gibson in the film too. That was so good. Ratatouille, love it. Great Pixar film. Alright, Rear Window. Rear Window is my favorite Hitchcock film. Jimmy Stewart, Grace Kelly. It's an amazing claustrophobic thriller with a great spin, with a great thrills, and just, it's an all-around, it's a funny movie too, and just, I love this film. I just absolutely adore it. Alright, next pile. Alright, Rescuers. Rescuers Down Under. Down Under is one of my, like, most underrated Disney films. I love it. Reservoir Dogs. Stuck in the middle with you. Return of the Living Dead. I actually never saw this film, but then someone recommended it to me. I bought the Blu-ray for $4, and I liked it. It was really funny. Brains. The Revenant. Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu. Leonardo DiCaprio finally won his Oscar. About fucking time. Rise of the Guardians. Really awesome film. Risky Business. Probably my favorite Tom Cruise movie. I love Risky Business. A River Runs Through It. Really good film. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Childhood right there. I love it. I got the whole Rocky movies. All 5 of them. No, 6 of them because Balboa's in here. So yeah. I love Rocky. I love the movies. I even have a soft spot for the shitty ones like Rocky 3 and Rocky 4. I hate Rocky 5, but I love Rocky 1, I love Rocky 2. I adore Rocky Balboa, and just, yeah, I love the franchise as a whole. I think it's awesome. Okay, another pile here. Oh, man. Next is Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Generous, I know. Romancing the Stone. Love Romancing the Stone. This is Zemeckis right there. Ronin, great De Niro film. Yeah, Saturday Night Fever and Grease. Both great films in their own way. I love Grease because I grew up with Grease, but Saturday Night Fever, man, just what a great performance by John Travolta. Saving Mr. Banks, a Disney movie about my favorite Disney movie. Saving Private Ryan, another Spielberg film. School of Rock. Love School of Rock. Scrooged, another Christmas Carol sort of story. Good movie. Secret of Nim, one of my favorite animated films ever. Don Bluth. The Secret World of Ariadne, great Studio Ghibli film. Serenity, yes, a movie about my favorite show of all time. So good. 7, favorite David Fincher film right there. Shakespeare in Love. I love Shakespeare in Love, and yeah, I love Saving Private Ryan, but I don't hate that it won Best Picture. I love Shakespeare in Love. I think it's so good. Sicario, another Denis Villeneuve film. Silence of the Lambs. I ate his liver with a pair of fava beans. So good. Sing Street, one of my favorites of last year. Love Sing Street. The Sixth Sense, Shamalama Ding Dong. The Sound of Music, another Julie Andrews musical. Source Code, love Source Code. Jake Gyllenhaal, Duncan Jones. Spartacus, I'm Spartacus. No, I'm Spartacus. We're all Spartacus. Alright, got the Spider-Man collection. This is really cool, actually. It's all the Spider-Man films right here. I'll just show you right now. It's really cool. You got the booklet. You got first one, first Spider-Man, second Spider-Man, Spider-Man 3, which I don't hate as much as a lot of people do. Got the bonus features. It's really cool. I like this. I found this at Walmart. $15. Loved it. It was a really good deal. Alright. Oh, lost some track here. Spider-Man Homecoming. Love Spider-Man Homecoming. Spotlight. Fantastic film. I think it did deserve the Best Picture win. I thought it was really good. Alright, we got some Star Trek movies now. We got the original films. Got Motion Picture, Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, Voyage Home, Final Frontier, and The Undiscovered Country, all in this Blu-ray. All of them. Original films. Next, The Next Generation. You got Generations, First Contact, Insurrection, and Nemesis. I love Nemesis, by the way. You got the J.J. Abrams Star Trek. You got Star Trek Into Darkness. And we got Star Trek Beyond. So yeah, we got all the Star Trek films. Alright, now we're going for Star Wars. The original Star Wars trilogy. And we got Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Don't have the prequels. Don't need them. I have them on DVD. Steve Jobs. Love Steve Jobs. Not the person, just the movie. This is another one of my favorite steelbooks. You got Straight Outta Compton. Straight Outta Compton steelbook. This is such a cool steelbook. I loved it. This was an HMV exclusive steelbook, and yeah, I freaking love this steelbook. Alright, another Miyamoto Hosono film. We got Summer Wars. Koi Koi. We got Sunset Boulevard. And we got Super 8. Super 8. J.J. Abrams. Super 8. Alright. Okay. We got Superman. Christopher Reeve. He's the one true Superman to me. We got Superman 2, the Downer Cut. This is my favorite version of Superman 2. The Richard Lester version is fine, but I love the Downer Cut. It is my favorite version of Superman 2. Sweeney Todd, Yusa, Tusa, how about a shave? 10 Commandments. We got the Terminator, fuck you asshole. Alright, so we got Terminator 2, and we got Total Recall. I got Thelma and Louise. Thelma and Louise. They Live, another John Carpenter film. Love it. We got, look, okay, let's show you. Oh. The Thing. This is Spinal Tap. These go to 11. We got Thor. I'll get Ragnarok when that comes out. That's for damn sure. Time Bandits. Love Time Bandits. Terry Gilliam. Alright, another pile here. The Time Machine. They remade it. Shitty remake, but that's a good film. To Kill a Mockingbird. Gregory Peck. Atticus Finch. Tombstone. Love it. Best story about Wyatt Earp. Toy Story. Toy Story 2. Toy Story 3. Got them all. Trainspotting. I don't have the second one, but the first one's good. Trainwreck. Really hilarious film. Judd Apatow. Amy Schumer. Trick or Treat. Probably the greatest anthology story I've ever watched. Trick or Treat. Alright, Tron, the original. I like Tron Legacy. I might get the Blu-ray eventually. I like that movie. Okay, I got both versions of True Grit. The 1969 version and the 2010 Coen Brothers version. I got both versions. Both good films. Got True Romance. This is the very first Blu-ray I ever owned. It's the first Blu-ray I bought. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The only Ninja Turtles movie I like. Alright. Got the last pile of Blu-rays right here. Let's get to it. Last bunch. Unbreakable. Favorite Shyamalan film. Unforgiven. My favorite Western film. There was a hair on there. That's gross. Usual Suspects. Bryan Singer. We got Valkyrie. Underrated Tom Cruise movie. We got V for Vendetta. One of my favorite superhero films. Very underrated, actually. The Walk. Really good film. Wolf of the Planet of the Apes. Apes. Love it. Yeah, Warrior, Tom Hardy. Yeah, another one of my favorite superhero films, Watchmen. That's when Zack Snyder was actually talented. The Way Back. Yeah, We Bought a Zoo. I actually like that movie. Yeah, Wedding Singer, favorite Adam Sandler film. Yeah, When Marnie Was There, one of my favorite Japanese films of all time. Not my all-time favorite, but it's up there. Whip It, Ellen Page, really good film. We got Whiplash, Damien Chazelle. We got Who Framed Roger Rabbit. We got Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Pure Imagination. We got Wind River, great film that came out this year. Winter's Bone, Jennifer Lawrence. We got Wizard of Oz. We got Wolf Children. This is I think, the last Miyamoto Hosono film. My favorite Miyamoto Hosono film, actually. We got The Wolverine. Yeah, Wonder Woman. Working Girl, great film. Wreck-It Ralph. Getting to the end, guys. Here we go. We got X-Men. We got First Class, Days of Future Past. Alright. The Young Victoria. Your Name. If no one has seen this movie yet, please, for the love of fucking Christ, watch this damn movie. This movie, not a lot of people reviewed it, not a lot of people saw it, only anime fans apparently like it. Go check it. If you love animated films, you need to watch this, buy this. You can get it at your local Walmarts. Like, come on. It's amazing. Alright, last two movies. Your Sister's Sister and Zootopia to end it all off. Finally, right? That's my entire Blu-ray collection. If you guys kept counting, then let me know how many Blu-rays I have. I have no fucking idea how many Blu-rays I have, but that's my whole collection, guys. It's my annual Blu-ray collection. Now I gotta do the hardest part, clean it all up, and yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed it. That was my Blu-ray collection, so yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, what is your favorite Blu-ray that you own or that I own? How many Blu-rays do you got? Give me your thoughts and opinions. Comment below. Let me know. And as always, for this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.